No, I was first. Hey everybody, how are you all tonight? Welcome, welcome. Hey Arabella, hey Copper Raider, hey Jayhawk. Hello everybody else. Alrighty. Let's just get all on this. Hey W Mars. Let's get this show on the road. Alright. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead. I forgot to put YouTube chat. Let me just go ahead and real quick. There we go. Alrighty. So, I've been a little bit busy doing some Minecraft stuff off camera, but I was kind of careful not to do too much. I figured, you know, a little bit of mining. Try to set up a water system to, to get all of this in order. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know. This was like the best system I could find for like aligning it and then shoveling all the stone in one at a time, and it seems to kind of like do a decent job. Really sad you can't put stone in a blast furnace. There we go. Now it's slowly like filling up the next row over and the next row over and the next row over and so on. So I guess that means I gotta go offload a ton of this stone. Whoops. Oh, also, I've got 2 more shulkers, so I should probably put... Where'd I put it? Put these right here. Alrighty. So yeah, I've been trying to remedy my stone situation. What the fuck? Oh, that's not good. I broke something, I'm sure. Hey Razor, what is my PC? Hey Cauliflower Power, you finally caught me live. Welcome. Glad you could finally catch me live. Okay. I gotta get up here, and I may need to install at some point some sort of a service ladder. Oh, God fucking damn it. There we go. Come on, Minecraft, put me in the spot I want to be in. God damn it. Yeah, I'll need to install a service ladder. This is ridiculous. Anyway. So what all has been going on? Hey, Rossetti. Range fellow alpha polyglot chads. I don't know that I'm a polyglot or a chad, but sure. Whatever. There we go. Okay. Now all this can feed into here. Okay, so we're up to the 3rd furnace. It seems to be working. Slowly but surely, it's all filling up. Oh, and one of my LAs got caught in there. I'm not letting them out. Fuck those things. Those LAs are nothing but trouble. I regret having these LAs here. I finished up that second... I'm just calling these bays because why not? I finished up that second layer. And so now I got a little bit of a head start on this one, and I'm trying to get it all looking nice. I'd hoped to be done with this before stream, but it just... Figuring out the redstone and getting all that other stuff for the furnace feeder. Not exactly easy, but, you know. Hey, Ta. No, this is not 1.16.5. Please stop asking. I speak Japanese somewhat and simply amazing Spanish along with English too. Pretty much a polyglot? No, I do not speak English. I mean, Spanish, sorry, not English. I speak English, obviously. I've only learned a little bit of Japanese. The Spanish is just like more to be funny or to poke fun at Poncho Hamster or El Cayman more than it is to like speak Spanish. Like I know 1 or 2 words and that's it. I'm not a polyglot. That is not at all the same. I do know that, you know, there are people out there who speak multiple foreign languages. I'm just not one of them. Jack, you know those times when your favorite game does something horrible to ruin the game just for you? That happened today and now you're oh, I'm sorry. What game happened to, what happened? Just explain. Setsume shinasai. That's a little too strict sounding. Please explain. Yeah. What game did you bad? What went wrong and when? I guess, other than today. I do not speak English, no. I don't speak English well anymore. I used to. I kind of fucked up. Like, my brain has gotten worse and worse over the last several years. And so, like, my ability to think on the spot, my ability to, like, rhyme and make up shit, and to just come up with the right words has so severely diminished. Like, it's actually really sad. Because I used to be so much snappier and wittier than I am today. And I don't know if it's like okay, so who's familiar with Healthy Gamer? What is it? Is Healthy Gamer GD something? He's like a therapist. Healthy Gamer GG, that's it. That's his name. And he mentioned a phenomenon called brain fog, and that it's an actual real problem, and it has a many faceted, complex, multi-layered cause. And I was just like, damn, I think I'm feeling that, like, legit. And recently it's been rather nice outside, so I've been doing more and more to go exercise, because I feel more sharp when I'm exercising, or have just exercised, or I've imbibed a lot of caffeine. And I know why for the caffeine, because that's a nervous system stimulant. But, like, just in general, I've felt such a sluggishness to my mental faculties. It's really, really concerning. And it started in my mid-20s. But it's not really, like, gotten worse. It's just become more noticeable, I guess. And at first I was like, oh my god, is it early onset Alzheimer's or something? Because at that time I worked, in a healthcare facility, taking care of the elderly. And I was just like, oh my god, is this Alzheimer's? Like, no, it's really not. It's just getting older. Plus brain fog, because that's something apparently that's very easy to get. And so, yeah, I just kind of set your chat to all messages instead of top. No, I have it on all. I just don't always get to see. Like, messages are very much my eyes. My eyes will or won't see you. Roll a die. If it's an even number, I'll see you. If it's an odd number, I probably won't. Like, it's not... He doesn't speak English, can't understand you. Okay. I don't always get to see, every message. Even though I'm on live chat. Like, no, it doesn't always work. It's not that simple. I'm sorry. I've said before that a wall of text or a lot of information at once becomes very overwhelming, and I just won't see you. So, like, if that happens, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to accept that. But I do try to have it on live chat to see what people are saying. Whoops. There we go. Let's incorporate this into the wall. Get it out of my inventory. But I appreciate you looking out for me, Rosetti. Top messages hide some messages. Yeah, I know. You only get about 3 seconds of trigger time, but the guns are really good, so it's just a couple shells. Someone would kill them. Ah, okay. Do you even guys know how to build a decent gaming PC to run shaders? I had a pre-built PC. I didn't actually get to... I wanted to build my own, but I wasn't, like, savvy enough to be able to. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna run any risks. I'll just get something I know works. And I've been pretty happy with this PC. Your grandpa has that? Oh god, Alzheimer's? Jesus. I don't know. I'm not Andrew. Ah, okay. Does the CPU make the game have more FPS? That's the matter of the GPU. I know that much. The graphics processor. Your graphics card will have a sort of miniature CPU on it. That's like the best way to explain it, I guess. And that thing will basically make your graphics way, way better. So you need a really good graphics card, but I warn you, they're very expensive, Razer. What's my CPU and GPU? It's, don't anybody else chime in with any of that extra shit. Anyway, CPU is 24X AMD Ryzen 3900X 12 core. GeForce RTX 3070 PCIe. NVIDIA card. And I think that's all the relevant stuff you would need for like a good high-end machine. You probably don't need to go any higher or more crazy than this. This is probably good enough. So like, yeah, just don't go too crazy with machine parts for a computer. You will, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're buying, you will get taken to the cleaners very, very, very easily. So I went with something that was relatively high-end. I had a friend inspect the specs of this, and then I had a somewhat decent outfit, you know, put it all together. And it worked out. It worked out. Oh my god, your pre-built EW unsub blocked? Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but sure. Jack uses his feet to play Minecraft. Sometimes. Sometimes. Not all the time. Seeing in chat your overlay messages aren't being shown? Oh. Oh, right. Duh. Okay. I can fix that. Okay. The chat is on top chat. I forgot to switch this to live chat. I'm on live chat on my end. Okay. Whoopsie. Yeah, there was a different setting. So, yeah, sorry about that. Merely an accident. Okay, fixed. You're not one of those people? Keck works? What does that have to do with anything, Poncho? You say some of the weirdest shit, Poncho. I rolled out of unevens yesterday. Oh, hey, Kayla. Welcome. Wow, I've dug up more andesite than I thought. Yeah, wow. I'm going to have plenty of that for when I need to use it for detailing. Okay, cool. So that's all stone. Whoops. I need to quickly run back up and feed more stone into the system so that it keeps burning. Whoopsie. Yeah, I say that a lot. Because I make many a whoopsie every day of my existence. And, well, I've just kind of accepted that that's how it's going to be from now on. I'm going to do a whoopsie every 10 minutes, probably. Is AMD Ryzen 5 36 good or something? It's not terrible. Like, I don't know if it's the high end that it used to be. It used to be really high end, but that's how tech is. What used to be high end today is probably going to be, or yesterday is probably going to be not high end in 2 to 3 years. And I got this PC built in 2020. So, like, it's going to be 3 years old at the end of this year. And when that happens, it's, you know, its time is, you know, its age is going to start showing. That's just how it is. There's nothing that can really be done about that. What are my thoughts on? I'm a whoopsie. Okay. My thoughts on you being a whoopsie is that you need to stop being such a damn whoopsie. I guess. I don't know. Transparent background chat? Can I do that? Would OBS allow that? I guess I could chroma key. Yeah, I could chroma key it. Will it let me, though? How to get the right color? Let's pause that so I don't get creeped on while I'm messing around in menus. I know a good way to do this. I just need the color data values. Shouldn't be that difficult. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Chroma key this. Custom color. Oh, well, that kind of sort of erased everything, didn't it? You know, I guess that's not going to happen. Until I can figure out how to better do that. Oh, whoops. That was also an accident. See, another whoopsie. Okay. Sorry, people distracting me. Now then. If you're unsure, though, get it pre-built, even though it's more expensive, and get it checked on a computer repair shop afterwards. Make sure everything's okay. Well, what I did, though you can do that, too, what Rossetti said. What I did was I had a friend who already knew enough about PCs to, like, give me a good idea as to what I was getting my hands on. He gave it a look over, and that was fine. Not really much else you can do, because you're not in their shop. They're not likely to be near you. They're going to ship out whatever you order from them for wherever you are. So if you're in another country, especially, like, you're just going to have to deal with it, I guess. There's no easy way around this, is what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a bit of a risky maneuver sometimes. Oh shit, water. There we go. I'm gonna have to, like, swim all the way down to the very bottom of the lake river here and plug it all up, I think. Anyway, you have no clue what a GPU is? Oh, it's a like I said, it's a processor on a graphics card. It's a graphics processing unit. It's an additional means of doing what computers already do, but specifically for graphical fidelity. At least I think that's what it is. That's what I've inferred from what I've been told. What is a GPU? Let's Google it real fast. Graphics processing unit, specialized processor originally designed for accelerating graphical rendering. That's what I thought. Okay. So how long does an average gaming PC last until you need a new one? That's a variety of different factors you're asking me. Does shit go belly up soon? I don't know. Will your PC last? I hope. Will it? I have no idea. I ran into a problem last year where my cooling system basically got too bad to continue using. And so I had to buy a brand new cooling system and install it myself, which thankfully I was able to do, and it solved my problems pretty well perfectly. But that's just how it is. Like, when you get pre-built parts, you're not always guaranteed to get factory new stuff. So maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. My hope is that I won't have to replace this computer for another 5 more years. It'll really show its age badly in about that much time. Newer games will be harder to run. There will be more, memory demanding this or that. Things of that nature. That's the idea. You will have to get a new PC at some point. That's just how it is. I've already accepted that, this PC from 2020 to maybe 2028 or 2020, 2029, 2020, 2030 maybe. I might be able to make it last that long. Maybe. But as it is, no clue. Jack is not the guy to ask. No, I'm really not. I don't know much about tech. I've never bothered to really study it. I would know a lot if I bothered to study it, but I don't study it, and I don't care. Yours is 5 years old. You had to replace your PA. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, parts will wear out individually faster than the whole machine will stop being useful. So, like, With the cooling system, that was a simple fix. That was only a $200 and something part, and it actually wasn't that bad. But theoretically, if, say, my processor died on me, or my graphics card dies on me, or whatever, heaven forbid any of that happens, hard drive failure, you know, things of that nature. Yeah, like, that's a very real problem. That happens. That may kill your PC faster than would normally have happened. It's a bit of a crapshoot. But that's life. That's most things you buy in the tech world. They don't always decide to last forever. Because nothing will last forever. So yeah, that's just how it is. You'll just have to get used to the idea that not everything's gonna serve you as well as you'd like it to. Nothing is perfect. There we go. Okay. Oh, hey, Mike. I didn't realize that was you. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Depends on how good your specs are. Yeah, that too. Let's see here. You have a real question. Have I ever done a public face reveal? I have, actually. But it's old, it's not something you would expect, and you will likely never find it. So if you want, you might be able to find my face. It's out there on the internet somewhere. But where precisely? I don't know. I don't have it. The last time I did a face reveal was in like 2011-ish. I showed my face to some people. But like, in terms of doing one contemporarily, hell no. You're not getting a face reveal from me. Sorry, folks. Oh, that reminds me. I need to quickly run back and put the stone in the stone machine. You have to go wash dishes. Okay, take care, W. Mars. Hey, Sam. Can we go back to being able to insta-mine glass? Oh, I know. I really wish some of the changes Mojang has made over the years would get reversed. They seem intent on, like, ruining some of the more fun things. Oh, whoops, I'm picking up junk. Hey, it's burning more stone. I love seeing that. Okay. Oh, it's going to town on it. I love it. Where'd I put that? Okay, this and this and this. Cool. Okay, I want to slab the rest of this. Just to sort of get the entire little waterway covered. Ah, crap. Yes, I am Pop Bob. No, you're not, Void Shadow. I am Pop Bob. I am Pop Spartacus Bob. Pop Bobicus. I know Jack's address, full name, exact. Oh my God! No need for a puny face reveal. Yowza! Don't wave that around too hard, Rossetti. That information, I mean. I don't know people use IRL coordinates. Yes, actually, there is an IRL coordinate system. I bet you didn't know it. I bet you were unaware that the IRL coordinate system is called latitude and longitude. It's literally taught in schools. Hey, Cauliflower Power. Hey, Jack, how do I avoid and-heroing while making huge builds? Ooh, you're starting in the void. Ah. Well, the first thing I used back in the olden days of 2B2T was a mod, or a hack client called Future. One of the best things that can do for you is a mod called Safe Walk. Safe Walk will prevent you from falling over, you know, an edge into oblivion, basically. But back in the day, before Elytra, there was a mod called, or rather, it wasn't like special. It was just the regular old fly mod. But 2B2T had a plugin set up to where if you flew over or after falling, it would rubber band you back on top of where you fell off of. So I could avoid falling to my doom. That got patched in like 2018-ish, so you can't do that anymore. You'll fall into the void still. Obviously today, you could just use an Elytra. So make sure you have an Elytra. If you don't have an elytra, you really don't need to be building over the void. It's really, really risky. Not worth it, in my opinion. But other than that, just being as cautious as you can possibly muster. And knowing how to safely build. On a server, I found in 1.12, I don't think this works anymore. I've not seen it work on Constantium. On 1.12, when I was building, especially over the void, I would place a block like this. And when I placed the block about half a second to a quarter of a second later, my hand would bob up and down. And that's how I knew that the placement went through, that the server had accepted my block placement. If the server was lagging, my hand would not bob up and down. And if it lagged bad enough, it might undo the block placement, which means that if I'm over the void, well, that's death. That's a one-way ticket to falling to your doom. So the best way to prevent that would be to place a block and then patiently wait and see if your hand bobs up and down. If you're doing stuff over the void. If not, you might want to just... I don't know. I don't know what alternatives there are. If that doesn't work anymore or anything like that. I've noticed, especially on Constantium, that scaffolding and a few other mods that allow you to place blocks easier, they're really, really messed with. They just really don't work like they used to. And that's just the unfortunate nature of mods. They tend to get patched. Philza plays hardcore without a totem. Fuck Philza, who cares? That's Philza's choice. Not a choice I care to make. I don't want to know what Philza does. But no, in all seriousness, Philza's cool. Okay. Let's see here. Hi from work break. Welcome, Universin. Let's get all this dirt out of here. Giant pockets of dirt. Ugh, disgusting. It's so dirty down here. I must clean it. Crowbar built incursion without totems. Damn. Well, good on him, but I can't imagine that was easy. Also, I think Crowbar was new back then, wasn't he? Relatively. Oh my god, I've cleared it all out. Alright. Sweet. Now I can finally just mine stone. I want all the andesite, diorite, and stone I can get. Schizophrenic old man.meth.gif. Yes, of course. Oh, sorry, I was planning on building an end base in 1.8. Would be wise to generate empty chunks. Yeah, you will definitely want to do that. Just to sort of give yourself some breathing room. I mean, unless you don't care. That's up to you, though. What you can do, Sam, this is something of a trick that inadvertently got employed on 2B2T. When you go into your end, when you're in beta 1.8 or whatever, whenever you're going to do that. Or it may, no, it would be beta 1.9, so like 1.0 and onward. When you go to your end dimension and you start bridging out over the void, one thing you can do is when you start getting a reasonably far distance away from the main island, you can turn your render distance down to really, really, really low settings. And you can intentionally generate really small amounts of chunks really far out and just sort of make a line of sorts. And from there, you don't have to worry about the line of void chunks that you made being very, very hard to cross. You can make two, one with a very large area of void, and then one with a very narrow area of void. That way you can get to an end city. You just make a highway or something. That way you can get to an end city relatively easily. Something like that. Just like an easier, a method of convenience. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Just an idea. Okay. Oh, water. Okay, I'm gonna need to plug this up. Oh, no wonder it goes down to the depths. Get out of here. Jack, sorry for the repeated question, because you probably missed it. Do you think that Pyrobyte's account that back at Dig Discord is the real Pyrobyte? What? I'm not sure. I'm not even really certain what you're asking me, Eddie. Do you think the Pyrobyte account that back at Dig Discord... Yeah, wow, good English. I can't understand what you're asking. Dig Discord? What? You're gonna have to explain a little better. I don't know, man. If you're asking about a Pyrobyte account being legitimate, if it's Pyrobyte in-game in Minecraft, maybe. But if it's a Discord account or some other thing, no, it is not legit. Guarantee you. Pyrobyte is too well known and will have imitators. Funny enough, if you encounter a Jacktherippa or Jacktheripper Discord, that ain't me. So, like, beware. Discord has, for whatever silly reason, allowed people to utilize similar names just with different hashtags on the end. And that's very easy because people don't notice those digits. They don't pay any attention to that. So it's really easy to imitate someone on Discord if you aren't careful. So you do actually kind of need to know who you're dealing with. But that can't really be helped. I was planning on making a long line so that you could use the gateway portal glitch to generate a gateway thousands of blocks out to instantly teleport to. Holy shit, that's awesome. Yes, please do that. I wish I had known about stuff like that. Because I could have made, on 2B2T proper, I could have made, like, the first world border reaching end gateway. In, like, beta 1. Or not beta, full release 1.8. Obviously, we didn't have the end in beta, but you get the idea. Like, yeah, I could have done so much shit like that. Oh, my God. I wish I had known about really cool exploits of that nature. Stuff like what Raise Works, the Techno whatever server. Just shit like that. God, I wish I'd known about a lot of that stuff ahead of time. Psycraft type stuff. Can you imagine if you could know all that stuff from the future and on 2B2T in the past, employ some of those exploits? Not even like dupes or coordinate exploits or anything of that nature, just like some really awesome shit. The only problem is anyone could use it, though. Unless you intentionally destroyed it ahead of time. Maybe. I guess you could make a Space Valk 3 style base if you knew ahead of time the end gateway glitches were going to be a thing. You could probably make a Space Valk 3 like really, really, really far out, teleport out there, and then destroy the end gateway. And then just not worry about it. Suppose that would be on the table. I don't know. Sorry, man, you just woke up having a brain fart. I see. What were you really asking me? I don't know. Yeah, Jacktherippa from the real old 2B2T. Yeah, okay, sure. Getting Bedrock. Oh, we could have gotten Bedrock legitimately. Although, I don't know, actually. I wonder about that. I'm pretty sure that would have never worked on 2B2T. But some of that shit would definitely, like the end gateway that goes all the way to the world border, that probably could have worked. Obviously, we'll never know because it never was made real, but theoretically it could. I could see it being made possible because we did run those versions of paper for a long time. So, maybe? Your guess is as good as mine, but it would definitely be worth trying. Although the only problem is, I don't actually know how those exploits worked, and I don't know how to carry them out because I never paid any attention to that stuff. And the next thing I knew, we were already, you know, that shit was already patched. We weren't on those versions, etc., etc. It was just like, who cares? It was an interesting thing to hear about well after the fact. Although if you knew enough about the future and were on the past of 2B2T, you could probably like use the chunk dupe and stuff well before anyone else gets to even know that exists. Something like that, I don't know. Excuse me, sir. God, these zombies are just so rude. One chunk base. Yeah, I do need to do that at some point. Now, Poncho, what are the rules for this one chunk base? Can you only exist in one chunk? Or is this just build a base and have it only occupy one chunk, but you can run around and go elsewhere? Like, what are the restrictions of this? Am I in a tiny area, or does it not matter? I'm really curious as to what the restrictions of this are. Just all that you build must occupy only one chunk? I get the feeling that that's the intended formula, but I don't know. Bedrock is one of the easiest illegals to get. Yeah, that's probably why you wouldn't be able to get it. The 404 challenge. Damn, now that's a name I've not heard in a while. Man, the 404 challenge, that takes me back. Wasn't that something Etho made? Or am I misremembering? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Let's sleep. I don't know, maybe you should invent the rules. Maybe I could. Anyone else's potato PC? Yeah, a lot of people have potato PCs. Oh, the 404 challenge, but in one chunk. Damn. You could legit get command blocks and barriers. Damn. Isn't that by, like, item transmuting or whatever? Like, you would get the IDs mixed up or something? I forget how that worked. I had that explained to me once, but it's been too long, and it was never relevant to what I was doing in my life. Worth reading. Word threading. Word threading. God. Am I getting dyslexic now? That looked like worth reading, not word threading. That'd be so based if you get a 1.19 cave gen within 404. Yes, it would. Did 404 have to be a specific map? I don't know. Like, refresh my memory on what the 404 challenge was. I only remember hearing about it. I never actually did it. Oh, Seed 404. Oh, okay. So you just do whatever in the latest Minecraft, but with that seed. You also, yeah. Ask yourself that a lot too, Jayhawk. Good. Good for you. I'm glad you question yourself frequently. Oh, man. You can make a machine that transmutes block IDs with water block states. Or, oh, yeah, I remember that. Pressure plate block states. Damn. Literally, 2PTT No Life was 404, but you could go outside even though there was nothing out there. Yeah, a little bit. I could see a trend starting with something like that. It could be interesting. It could be very interesting. If done well. Okay. I'm gonna need to repair my pick soon. Seed 404, I think in beta, had a gravel patch where after the first night you would break the gravel and must live the rest of the world in a cave. Wow. That sounds so beta though. Like, there's so much out in the world though that you would need to go take advantage of. Like, that's beta Minecraft before enchanting, villages, any major world gen. Like, there was no end of the game, even. I can't imagine living like that now. You'd miss out on like 80% of the game's content. If you could, like, find some of the optional stuff, maybe. But I don't know. That just feels so restrictive compared to, like, how open Minecraft is nowadays. Like, they want you to go out and explore. And I guess I don't blame them. Like, yeah, of course you probably should explore the world a bit. So yeah, I don't know about 404 challenge anymore. That sounds kind of basic bitch. There's just not much to that, I guess. Oh, hey, Vexen. What are you up to? I'm all right. I'm trying to get this hole made. I've got to get all of this stuff worn down. If you're eating like 80% of the game, you are eating like 80... What? The one that his first experience after 4 years on 1.12 was in Skyblock. That is amazing English, Poncho. I totally understood what you were trying to tell me. Damn. And I don't want to rag on you because I know you're not a native English speaker, but like I cannot understand what you were trying to ask or say there. Replace eating with missing. Ah, okay. You're missing 80% of the game. The one with his first experience after 4 years on 1.12 was in Skyblock. Well, now, I got to preserve most of that because I maintained the nether as normal. And by maintaining the nether as normal, I actually didn't miss out on 80% of the game. I managed to find a way to incorporate a lot of it. So I only actually missed out on like 20 to 30% of the game. But nice try, Poncho. I'll give you that one. You're thinking. But no, I was able to avoid a lack of content for the most part until 1.17. It was 1.17 that really like made a ton of content undoable in Skyblock. But no, like all the 1.16 stuff, all of the 1.15 and 1.14 stuff I was more than able to make up. I had to give myself some starting items just because there would have been no other way to get it. But, like, that's concurrent with Skyblock anyway, so it didn't matter. So, like, it actually was perfectly fine. So, yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, that was because I like Skyblock enough. It's unique enough, and it's situated more toward what I like making, which is, you know, Space Valkyria inspired type stuff. I find that that's just something I naturally inclinate toward. And so yeah, like Skyblock offered the perfect option for that, basically. Okay, I have got to repair my pick. What shaders are these? These are complementary. We'll all speak Chinese one day, so watashi wa Minecraft desu. No, you are not Minecraft, and also that is Japanese. That's Nihon. Nihon? No, Nihon is the country. Nihongo is the language. Anything with go at the end is the language in question. Nihongo, Spain go, Eigo, Kankoku go, and so on and so forth. That is, you know, it is what it is. There you go. There's your Japanese lesson for the day. Enjoy, because I'm never going to give you another one. Probably. Okay. Damn, you tee-heeing bitches are weird. This is just to get it to flow along and cook the remainder. Perfect. Okay. Need to get XP. What's a good source of XP that oh, I know. All of this can be sold to the villagers and made into items. Oh, hey. Speak of the devil. Oh, shit. Okay. Ah. Huh? What? No, don't go to sleep. Ugh. Where did they even go? There you are. You're newly... Shit. Okay, you buy iron. Yes. Ah, shit. Okay. Nope. Ah! You buy crap. Okay, if I very quickly sleep, might be able to keep. There we go. Jacktherippa, will your Terraria build be a 2D Space Valk? I've done that before, Copperator. In 2015 or 2016, I forget when it was. Oh, no, wait, no. It was later than that. Maybe in 2018, 2019. I had a small Terraria addiction that I somehow nursed myself out of. But that when I did have it, yeah, I just made 2D Space Falcon. Like, I've done that. Legit. Will it be that way this time? We'll have to see where I'd end up going. It may or may not shape up that way, so, like, I can't guarantee it won't. Damn it. Who else buys coal? Got all this... There you are. Perfect. But yes, I could download an older world. I know you can do that because everything's saved on the cloud. Ooh. Ah, shit. Come on, refresh your trades. You bastards. You one-eyed bastards. God, they're all eye-patched, aren't they? But Jack, that's ableist against disably people who are fuck, I can't think of the word. It's monocular? Monocular, that's the word. God, what a mouthfuck of a word. Okay. Well, none of you bitches are gonna burn the coal, so I've gotta find another... Oh, shit. Gotta find another level that will accept my coal. That will burn my coal and pay my toll. Oh, God. Okay. Hold on. Nope. Nope. Mr. Golem, you need to go over there. Fucking mob pathfinding. I mean, I could shoot him from a distance and then aggro him so that he goes somewhere else, but I don't know. Now, there's like a spot over here that's like not golem-proofed. I've got to find out how they're generating, and they're not generating in the trap. Hell, I might rip up all of this flooring eventually and just, like, go at it a different way. Ooh, you're about ready to upgrade. Perfect. I prefer dumping my coal into a novice to level them up. But I think I've already done that. Yeah, if memory serves, I had a ton of coal from a wither skeleton farm a while ago, and I ended up dumping most of it into this. Because, you know, they buy coal, and I don't have any use for it, really. The nacho cheese farm is more than enough. Fuck. Wasn't enough to really fully get everything. Okay. Now that I've knocked him away from his patrol area, can maybe throw him down there. Perfect. Oh, please don't land on the tubing. Perfect. All right, right into the death. Right into the death spiral cooker. What day am I on, Vexen? I really don't know anymore. The day counter was screwed up a long time ago. I installed a mod called Dimensional Doors, and then I accidentally uninstalled it while I was changing out mods and loaded up this world. And in so doing, I loaded a world that had already had the mod in it, and then without it, and then I reloaded it up again after realizing my mistake, and it ended up, like, screwing up the day counter permanently. So it reset the day counter is what it did. So, like, it's day 332, but it's not day 332. It's actually, like, day... Where are we on? 29.8 days time with world open. So, like, what is... I don't know. Turn that into, like, minutes, and then divide it by 20 minutes. And that's how many actual days the world should be on. But then I guess you could subtract... Actually, yeah, let me do the math on that. Okay, so we'll subtract 332. Because that'll throw off the final figure. So we'll count time with world open. So 29.8 days. So 29 days, that's the whole number. So 0.8 times 24 is 19.2 hours. So we need 29 days. So 29 times 24 is 969 hours. Let me write these numbers down because I'm gonna get them messed up. Or 696. 696 hours. And then 19.2 hours. Okay. And then what is 0.2 times 60? So that's 12 minutes. Okay. 12 minutes. So we have 696 hours plus 19. So that's 715 hours, 12 minutes playtime. So we need to get into the minutes format. So 715 hours times 60 is 42,900 minutes plus 12. So 42,912 minutes. And then we just need to divide that by 20. Okay. And then we just divide that by 20, and that's day 2,145 minus the 300-something days. Minus 332. So I'm on day 1,813, realistically. Maybe that number's not, like, perfectly spot on, but I don't know. So yeah, that's roughly, it's day 1,800, day 1,900, somewhere in that range. Things are goofy. What can you do? Okay, so these all just need lava. Those are all cooking. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and place all this. This is just a small fraction of the stone I've hauled out of the earth here. Hey, Quasi-Stellar, how are you? Bro has a mind of his own? What do you mean, a mind of who? What are you referring to? Golems can spawn in a 3x1 tall block area. Okay. Bottom block can be water, top can be in air. Okay. No collision check. Ah, that explains it. I'm going to have to better golem-proof the walkway. And yeah, regarding what Razor said, bro has a mind of his own, that's because that's the area where the golem spawned, and so that's his origin point, so he'll patrol around that area and try to stick to that area. And by pushing him over the edge, I pushed him out of his origin area, and he forgot where he was supposed to be, so then I could push him to his death. So that he can become golem bits. And then he can become part of my walls. Eventually. How you been, Quasi-Stellar? Interdimensional bridges. Not quite. It was interdimensional doors, not bridges. But I suppose in a way they were Einstein-Rosen bridges. So I guess you're half right, Poncho? I don't know. Do time played because World Open is just pause screen? Oh, pause screen too, huh? Shit. I wish you'd said that sooner. Okay, so time with World Open does not matter. Although I haven't really sat here. Or, well, I guess I have, actually. Because time played is 25.4. Why on earth is 4 days time with World Open? I guess just having the pause screen open slowly over time adds up. And so, like, 4 days of this, of times played, is 4 days of that is with the pause screen open. I guess. I don't know. 25 days, so what? 0.40 of a day times 24, so that's 9.6 hours. So remember that, 9.6. So 0.6 times 60, that's 36 minutes. So we got 36 minutes. 36 minutes. And then 9 hours left over. So that's what, 25 days times 24 is 600 plus the 9. So that's 609 hours times 60. So that's 36,540 minutes plus the 9, or plus the 36 left over. So that's 36,579 minutes divided by 20 is day 1,828. So I was around the right ballpark anyway. Day 1,800 something. Roughly day 1820, 1830, somewhere in there. There. I've saved a thing. Hold on, this... There we go. I've saved a text document that will forever act as a reference point. So yeah, it's roughly day 1800. We're slowly encroaching on 2000, you know. I only play this for a few hours a week anyway, so I'm not going to have that much time, realistically. Even though this is over a year old now, I've just not really gone at this world like I could, but I chose not to. Oh, you're late, Callum. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Late or not. Everyone is very chatty. Good, I'm glad. I like it when everybody's all chatty. My day beat day... No, it's not day 3K yet. That seems really far off. You're in voice chat with Andrew and Ixoy, and you have to turn down your stream because you can't hear Andrew. Oh. Well, that's disappointing, Arabella. I would expect you to listen more to me than to Andrew. Why do you want to listen to Andrew and his plethora of issues? Hey, M11, welcome. Hey, Stone Cold Killer. The gang is all here! Do movie theaters also sell nachos? Yes, they do. I don't like nachos. I know, that sounds weird. But I don't. And so, like, whenever I will go to the movies with my family, in the past, I haven't gone to a movie theater in a long time, but not since before the pandemic when everything went to shit. Or no, I'm wrong. Sorry. Wow, how could I have forgotten? No, the last time I went to a movie was Dune in late 2021. Holy hell, I forgot about Dune. That was such a good movie. How could I have forgotten I went to see Dune? Well, anyway, when we went to go see Dune, my dad got nachos for some reason. I was like, ew. Hey, Beth here. Oh my god, you're here. You exist. How you been, man? What are my thoughts on femboys? I don't really have any. I don't care. Live your life how you wish. Just don't be an asshole. Try to be a decent person, you know. Typical stuff. I'll admit, femboy stuff has become very fetishized lately. And so there's always, like with the trans stuff, there's always a sort of element of, are you legitimately of this nature, or are you just jumping on the bandwagon? And I can't know. I would have to pry deeper into that person's life to know. So, like, there's a bit of scrutiny that kind of needs to be had for some of that, but there's not really much else I can do personally. And again, don't be a nasty person. Just be cool. Follow the golden rule. Be cool to each other. That kind of thing. And as long as you do, I don't have a problem. Hey, you're familiar with Offtopia? He's been on Constantium lately, really. But not familiar with him at all. Offtopia is an interesting character. I recommend you kind of, like, maybe befriend him, but, like, there are some things about him that are a little... it made me a little uncomfortable to learn some things about Offtopia. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Been busy? Yeah, I've been busy, too. I've not been on Constantium in a while. I'm facing an enormous terraforming project, and I've been putting it off. So that's why I've not really been playing Constantium a lot either. I'm not looking forward to building and terraforming what I gotta do. But I know I gotta do it, because it's not gonna get done otherwise. So, Offtopia is not a bad person, just sort of questionable. he can be a little schemy to a degree. He schemes a lot. That's all I'm going to say. He keeps to himself, but he might try to, if he knows you, he might try to rope you into some of his schemes. Depends. You may or may not be comfortable with that. I don't know. Tired of the psyop trying to tell femboys are hot. Why are people memeing this into reality? I really don't know. There has been this push to warp gender, the way gender is perceived. Which, by the way, gender and sex were just synonyms for one another. It really was never any more special than that. But there has been this ideological push in the last 5 to 10 years to change that for some reason. And it's very, very ideological. Like, there are a lot of people who will claim that it isn't, but they're lying. Like, no, it is very ideological. Anyone with half a brain can see that. Some of it was to, like, shed light on a problem, and then it kind of got way out of hand from there. You can tell that there's an element of... There's a power struggle. Like with anything, it's got sort of Marxist roots, and with Marxist roots comes the eternal power struggle of normalcy versus whatever's trying to be pushed. And in this case, it's femboys. So yeah, there are an element of people who are pushing it because, well, like you said, it's a psyop. It's a power struggle, really, is what it is. But like... There's not much you can really... Oh, fuck. I didn't expect them to get all the way up here and meet me. Anyway, yeah, there's an element of, you know, we want this to be accepted. And in so doing, we will be in power. That's really what it boils down to. It's a power struggle. There are a lot of political and cultural power struggles going on right now. And there's not a whole lot any of us can really do about it. Just because unless you're on the ground... doing the fighting, that like what really can you do, you know? On God, though. I love that. Kind of funny how Fit made kids and idiots think that 2B2T players are like silly Dream SMP characters and not real people. Oh, fuck, that was close. I need to stop putting drinks in that area because my hands fly past there at a mile a minute. And I will push them onto the goddamn floor. Or my keyboard. Oh man, that was a heart attack. So glad I caught that. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of the genius of what Fit did to make his channel explode the way he did. By boiling people down into, you know, caricatures of their real selves, he made some of the most memorable people in, like, the Minecraft community history. Pop Bob, Jared, me, Pyrobite, Tristan, just so on and so forth. Like, so many people that are borderline anime characters in the Fit MC narrative, but are just ordinary people in real life. Like, actually just normal people. But, yeah, spinning that narrative is a huge, very, very powerful, very moving thing. I mean, there's a reason Fit blew up. Now, I'm not going to defend that. I'm not going to say, well, yeah, of course, you know, that was a great idea. No, it was a marketing ploy that could be used in the moment, and it obviously had positive effect for his channel growth. Maybe not so positive effect elsewhere. But what can you do? At the end of the day, it happened. Short of debunking and trying to, you know, keep the spirit of truth alive, which is the right thing to do. Short of doing that, ain't much else any of us are capable of achieving. I will simply continue being myself. Some of the other people who have something of a voice, but maybe not much of a voice, I don't know. They'll remain whatever sort of caricature Fit made of them. I don't know. I'm curious if Fit was like the average 2T player back in the day. I'm surprised he hasn't been canceled. Well, he's too big to cancel. You wouldn't be able to cancel him through ordinary means. And also, people like Fit are very savvy. Some people got the impression, and I don't know where they got this impression, but they got the very, very, very stupid idea that Fit is someone you can walk all over and defeat. If that was the case, he would not have 2-point-whatever million subs. Fit is a very clever, very, very well-connected guy who knows what he's doing. You cannot like him for a ridiculous amount of different things. Personally, I actually do like Fit. I've known him for a long time. He's not a bad guy. Not like he gets the rap for. People don't like that he got famous. That's really kind of what it boils down to. A lot of people don't like that Fit got famous. What the fuck? How did I fly through that? What the fuck? How did I fly through that? There we go. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, people don't really like that Fit got famous. If someone else had been Fit, then they would just be the person that, if they had also gotten as big as Fit, then they would just be the person that everybody would hate on. And to be fair, Fit has not properly represented 2B2T. I'm not going to sit here and say Fit did nothing wrong, unironically. I've said that before, ironically, but I did not mean it. I was being ironic. So that's the whole point. But I will say that what Fit did was, in the moment, probably the best business decision, you know, the way he went about things, that he could have reasonably, you know, done. But that ultimately, Fit's just a guy. He's just a person, just like you and I. He's just Fit. That's it. He's not special. He did the right things, got the right advice, and has managed to stay the course. And that's it. And good for him. I don't want to see him fail. I'm happy when people I like succeed. If it had been Pop Bob or Tristan who ended up being Fit instead of Fit, I would hate them. I would dislike them because they do not deserve that level of success. Fit is, for the most part, a good guy. Now, he's had to do and misrepresent and say some kind of bad stuff in terms of like how he's represented 2B2T and the history and all that. He's not been 100% faithful to how things actually happened. But also, I get that. I know why. I accept that he hasn't had to and hasn't been able to. And I'm not really upset about that because I've moved on. I don't care. Yes, 80% of the things that he's talked about I've had a hand in, or I've been there firsthand and I've had firsthand experience with. Now, as of late, I will say, let me put an addendum to that statement. As of late, more of what Fit has reported on is more recent events, and I've not played 2B2T. Apart from the Midnight Council, which was this most recent, it ended in early January. Apart from that, I have not had a hand in anything 2B2T related since mid-2020. And as time goes on, that gap is only going to widen. But that the majority of the things people want to know about, the pre-Rusher era, I've got an intimate knowledge and awareness of a lot of that stuff because I was there. I saw a lot of it. I did a lot of it. In some cases, I was almost 100% responsible for it, etc., etc. Or maybe not 100%, maybe more like 50 to 60%, something like that. But that I'm okay. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is my personal history. If I want to tell a story or explain some element of history that maybe has been misrepresented, fine. But also, I'm not going to sit here and say Fit gets everything wrong because he can. Or because he's an idiot. Or because he's insert thing here. Some of the things people do not realize about Fit and his position is that Fit gets told a lot of things in confidence. He cannot say everything about an event. Sometimes that's contingent on people giving him advice or information, and that if he started blowing the lid on everything, people would stop giving him information. No contacts, no info means no content. So he has to strike that balance. Some of it is just simply in the moment. You can't know everything that's actually going on. And to be fair, yeah, maybe hold back a little bit. Wait for information to come out and become clearer. Some of that is a bit hasty. But that also, it's a Minecraft server. It's not that important. Yes, it's important to get the truth out there. Yes, don't misrepresent the truth. I understand. But that if in the heat of the moment, details are accidentally overlooked, remember, it's a Minecraft server. It's okay. We're all human. You're going to make mistakes. We're going to get things wrong. That's okay. There are still events and things from the distant past that I am 100% certain I have wrong. And I was there. And I've had time to meditate on it. I've got log files and screenshots that show most of what happened. But there are still elements to some of these events I don't know about. That's okay. It's just a Minecraft server. At the end of the day, it's not life or death. You cannot really be that torn up about it. You can be torn up about it, but I highly suggest you don't, because that's silly. And that it's okay. Truth tends to come out eventually. It may take a while, but it does eventually tend to come out. Just wait. That's the thing. A lot of the audience are young, impatient, early to mid-teens or early 20s. And people in those age groups cannot wait. They do not know how to be patient. Some of that is the TikTok generation mindset. Some of that is the folly of youth. Some of that is just simply impatience. Some of that is arrogance. It varies from person to person. But that ultimately, it's okay. You're not going to die. You're not going to, get canceled or get kicked out of your school or anything. No. Fit and his job is what it is. He is ultimately an entertaining personality who tells rather interesting Minecraft stories, and that's it. Just take it on face value for what it is. When the truth comes out about something and Fit misreported because XYZ reason, just accept the newer stuff and move on. It's okay. It's one thing when real-life journalists are egregiously wrong, because that's literally their job, is to not be wrong, is to report the truth unbiased. That's one thing. Crucify the journalists because they deserve it. But remember, this is just block game. Digital Legos. It's not worth worrying over. Not to that degree. When it's real life stuff, yes. You can crucify and cancel the people in real life for being wrong about something they should have done their due diligence on. That's understandable. That is perfectly okay. But for the people who do not have such a stake in reality, don't worry about it so much. Hating on people, especially hating on Fit, is meaningless. What does that do? How does that further your own stance in life? Where does that really get you? This is why I do not care about millionaires, billionaires. I don't pay any attention to people who are, as long as they're not like actually evil. If they're evil, that's another matter entirely. But this is why I don't care about people who are doing better than me. I'm not concerned about people who are absurdly rich. I'm not concerned about the Bill Gateses of the world, again, as long as they're not being actively evil. Although Bill Gates is morally dubious, but that's a different problem entirely. I don't worry about the people who are better off than myself, because it's not my concern. It's not much I can do anything about. Live for yourself in the here and now. Live and be happy. Because if you won't start doing that, if you aren't going to do that now, well then when? When will you be? And so, run the race in front of you. Don't concern yourself with those running their races elsewhere. Because that's not your race to run. You run your marathon. You do you. For the most part, learn to live in your lane. It's okay if a friend asks for help, or some big political something or another, a kerfuffle, a war breaks out. Yeah, okay. Those are things to maybe concern yourself with. But that by and large, we are oh so involved with other people's shit that we don't need to be. Because I think we're all a little too fucking bored with who we are. Doing the necessary work to get yourself in a better mindset, to prune the weeds in your own life, that takes hard work and effort. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't know where to start. They're self-absorbed and don't think they need to, something of that nature. And as a result, we are all too eager to get in other people's business and concern ourselves with other people's affairs when we don't need to. And mind you, these are usually people who are unrelated to us, who did not ask, who do not need our guidance or help because there was never any problem to begin with. Learn to live in your lane. And a lot of the people concerned about fit, same thing. Learn to live in your lane. They are generally over-concerned with something. That something is not something they need to worry about because it's not actually a problem. So, that's my stance on fit. That's my stance on all of this. And that encompasses way more than just fit. Generally speaking, it's nothing you can help. It's really not something to get overly concerned over. Live your life in your lane. Find your own individual happiness. Don't worry so much about the things you can't change. Because that's a fool's errand. You will waste your life pursuing things you cannot change. And there are a lot of them. They are boondoggle. You cannot change the world. Don't fool yourself into believing you can. You may be able to maybe make a dent. Maybe. Even that's a bit of a long shot. Most people are not in the position of someone like Mr. Beast, who can meaningfully make a dent right now. Most people are not like that. That's okay. It's not a crime. That's the thing. There's this cancerous, toxic mindset going around that cannot be pushed back against hard enough. Silence is violence. Silence is consent. No, it fucking isn't. Remember, Mark Antony, the former emperor of Rome, Mark Antony himself said, "Every man has the right in their own mind to be neutral." You can, and you are entitled, to not have an opinion. You are entitled to personal silence. You are entitled to not have to get involved. You have that option. Exercise it. Being concerned with fit is not exercising that. Remember, it's just a block game. The history of a Minecraft server is not actually that important. It's interesting, but it's not that important. Real world history is more important. Actual people are more important. So don't worry so much. For real, on God, for real. I love that. Someone could get kicked from school? I doubt it very much. I very much doubt it. The Owl Cult. Yeah, the Owl Cult was fun. I hope we do it again next year. I don't know, we'll see. Herm wants to do it again next year, so, that could be fun. If we do it with a greater twist. I don't know, something like that. Worst thing you can do to someone is ignore them. No clout, no views, no money. What? Okay. I'm not quite sure how that was relevant, but sure. We're always saying it's just a block game. Yeah, but people don't take that seriously. Problem with what he did is he glorified some people that really in some cases were unsavory, and others weren't ready for that attention, and some both. Of course, not all of it was good attention. That's true. I don't think Fit did that maliciously, though. But as for what I said, he wouldn't and couldn't have known what the future effects of his actions would be. Right. But you never can. You will never have that luxury. Curious if Fit was... Oh, yeah, he was an average player. Yes, you're spot on the money, Cauliflower. He was just some guy, just like the rest of us. Oh, fuck. That's what I get for reading chat. Anyway, I don't know why people dislike Fit. Everything he says can be analytical and accurate. He's nice on stream. Yeah, some of it is the fact that he doesn't get everything right. But also, he's successful. There's so much jealousy and dissent and hatred for others who are successful. And that is not a good mindset to be in. Now, I will give Fit one bit of credit. What you said, Beth, here, about how he gave unnecessary attention to people who weren't ready for it and did put unsavory people into a positive light and so on. He's aware of that. And he has done his best to try to change that as much as possible. Again, he's not perfect. And I'm sure he'll still do it, albeit accidentally. But it'll be okay. Some of the people who are unsavory, it's come out that they're unsavory. We know they're unsavory. It's not a shock, or it shouldn't be. So, like, the thing of it is, in 20 to 50 years, if Fit's videos are even around, in that time, if any videos on YouTube are even around still by then. Oh, fuck off, skeleton. I highly doubt anyone will care about any of the stuff that we nitpick Fit for. Because not only will 2B2T likely be very, very dead and gone, it's not likely anyone will even care, especially not about Minecraft. I imagine Minecraft will be very old hat by that point. And it won't matter. What about you? With no arrogance, that might be me. Ah, well, I don't know, Callum. Only you can tell yourself, or answer that question for yourself. Worst thing you do, or I don't know what that's about, Links. You more so just think it's funny since he has such a clean, family-friendly appearance despite his reporting on 2B2T. Yeah, it is a little bit of an odd dichotomy. He reports on some of the most heinous stuff done on the server, but at the same time is like a pretty stand-up guy. And to be fair, a lot of people... Oh, fuck. God damn it, where did he come from? Anyway, a lot of people are by and large not that bad when you get to know them. There could be bad apples out there, I won't lie. But for the most part, the bad apples are like extremes. They're few and far between. Your Pop Bobs, your X0XPs, your... who's another really bad person? I don't know, whatever bad contemporary players there are currently. Maybe. Those people are usually few and far between. They stand out because they're so bad, but not because they're commonplace. You're playing Minecraft till you die, Cauliflower. Same here, but I don't know that people as a whole, that the culture will still think about Minecraft. Who knows? We'll see. On the bright side, and for something to look forward to, while I've been moving materials from stashes, this hurts and takes forever. Your base mates have been sorting maps. 1,400-ish. Holy shit, dude. You got a lot of maps. You believe that until you stop playing Minecraft? Well, that's true. You don't really truly know if you'll quit or not. But I'd like to think I won't. Not for a very long time, anyway. We'll see. He does make an effort to not mention people who have done bad things, like the guy who made the hack client. Yeah, exactly. Like, there are obvious changes that have gone on in the way that Fit conducts himself in the recent years. He has tried to, adopt a new approach to how he gives a platform and so on. And that's perfectly understandable. That's pretty responsible of him. Whether or not, like, that's good enough in the eyes of some people, well, I'm sure no matter what Fit does, there will always be those for whom nothing he does will ever be good enough because he's fit. But not because he's fit, but it's because he's successful. And that just is what it is. Again, there will always be that level of jealousy. That will always be a thing people partake in. There will always be people who choose to be salty. There will always be people who choose to be upset about the things they cannot change. And there will always be people who will, unnecessarily hold a grudge for a perceived slight or whatever. And that's just how it is. That's the human experience. Welcome to the shit show. Kids these days, I'm going to be a boomer about this game? Yeah. I'm going to be a boomer about this game too. I have no doubt. Stroke of Genius came from the incursion for the first time ever. Slave labor! Yeah. It was a stroke of genius, wasn't it? Hey, Droopy, how are you? I enjoyed partaking in slave labor on 2B2T. It was quite funny. I didn't expect it to blow up the way it did, but hey. I don't know. Is it really slave labor, though? Because, like, anyone involved could easily just log out and just not come back on for a while and then go somewhere else. Like, is it really that bad? Because if you're really a slave, you can't get out of it. That's the whole point of being a slave. You are entrapped. You are unable to leave, unable to stop, etc., etc. So, like, is digital slave labor on a Minecraft server really, truly slave labor? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's more like voluntary serfdom. Because it's all digital. It's all fake. You can just not play 2B2T. Like, you didn't have to be there, is what I'm saying. You chose to be there because it was popular, not because you had to be there. A lot of friends see your builds and start their own and never finish them. I don't think people understand that large builds take discipline. Yes, exactly, Vexen, exactly. This type of thing happens a lot. Yep. It's easy to start, it's difficult to finish. Lol, that's what you said? Ah, good. I'm glad we're on the same current, the same wavelength, Jayhawk. Mom said this game gives her a headache and her dad said it's too blocky. Well, it's not for everybody. No game or activity is going to be for everybody. Except breathing, eating, sleeping, and dying. Those are activities for everybody. But, no, when it comes to leisure, like, everybody's inclined to do different things. They play up the 2B2T KFAB, yes. Yeah, not really. You can just leave the game. How often do they get gear? Yeah, exactly. A lot of those kids ended up getting something, some form of payment, in exchange for their labor. And that's called capitalism. And that's on a different wavelength entirely. So, like, yeah. It honestly kind of worked out. Would it be cool if you DM'd Terra? Yeah, go ahead, Cooperator. I'd love to see awesome ideas. Life, the game of all time, exactly. They'll play 2B2T on Bug Rock? No. God, no. I would never touch Bug Rock, let alone a server from Bug Rock. I've heard so many horror stories of Minecraft Bedrock's multiplayer. It just... What even would be the point? I could see you getting just abysmally hacked into oblivion. Oh, you were kidding, Droopy. Okay, I understand. Capitalism is based, but only on small scales, such as a Minecraft server. Yeah, in real life it'll have a few flaws. Well, I mean, any system will have flaws. People will find the exploit, the gap in the armor, some sort of workaround, a bug, a feature to turn on its head, some means of making the system cry. That's just human ingenuity. Like, you can make the system and you can break the system. That's always how it's going to be. There will always be, like, I'm reminded of Idiocracy, where there's this scene where, like, most everything is kind of self-automated and everybody is as dumb as a rock. And so there's this one scene where a woman is trying to order food for her kids to feed her family. And she's a single mother, and she's like, no, I don't have any money. Like, how do I get money? And she's just totally clueless. And then after ordering the food on accident, because the automated system is also equally stupid, it ends up saying that she has no money and that she is an unfit mother, and that the state, because apparently the food supply system is a fast food system and is merged in with the state somehow. And so they declare her an unfit mother, and as a result, they take her kids on the spot. And it's just like, damn. And it's all social commentary, but it's like, fuck. I could kind of sort of see something like that happening. That's how the systems usually end up being. They're created, and then they become overburdened with, you know, they get fuck. They are created, they get exploited, they get turned on their ears, and then patches are created to fix these exploits in a system, only for the system as a whole, to become so weighed down by these fixes that the system becomes so unruly, it only ever hurts the average person. That's basically what happens. And like, yeah, I could see that happening. Holy shit, I could see that happening. I see that happening in politics right now. That's the real world right there. And yeah, like, what do you do? And so, like, there are a lot of idiots who are dreaming of some sort of a utopia where a benevolent AI, or some sort of, maybe not an AI, but like a very strict algorithm of some kind, ends up regulating political and economic functionality. And I'm just going to be like, yeah, it'll work for a while. I guarantee you a bunch of people will get really hyped up about this, and it'll get put in place. And it'll work for a time. And then people will inevitably find exploits in the system. And then those exploits will be patched, much like on 2B2T. And then those exploits will have exploits, and those patches will have exploits. And then the next thing you know, the whole system will become so overburdened with misuse and ignorance that inevitably it will become an albatross around the necks of, I guess, all of humanity. I don't know. And so, like, it's going to be a wild ride. We'll have to wait and see about that one. I think it's very poetic, as idiots can't tell the difference between government, corporation, and the public. Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, they're in that position by and large because they've not been taught those differences. Those people have been forced to be idiots. I maintain that a lot of them are stupid not because they're stupid. Inherently, they are stupid because they were once receptive, fertile minds that were not properly cultivated. They did not get the right opportunity, or they did not get the proper help, or the right teacher, or the right learning environment, or something, the right family environment, you know, any number of problems. And as a result, their potential was stunted. They were never taught the differences between the various things in the world. They don't know how things work. They don't know the differences of why humans are motivated this or that way. They don't understand philosophy, science, politics, economic. They don't understand any of this because they've been stunted, not because they were incapable. And I bet you, if you kidnapped one of these people and you forced them to learn against their will, because they would be resistant to it at first, and you forced them to learn for a long enough period of time, you met their needs, kept them in relative comfort, and forced them to broaden their horizons, after about 6 months, they would become a scholar. Because you would probably awaken within them a lust for learning they didn't understand, didn't know they had. You would answer so many questions about the world that they were too reluctant to ask, too many things they were ignorant of, and you would suddenly awaken some awareness of their lack of their own selves, their insufficiency of the self. Insufficiency of the self is what fuels all learning. Understanding only comes through understanding that yourself is unable to meet the needs that this world inevitably places on you. You are not able to do something. You don't know something. Your skills are lacking, something like that. And as a result, you want to fill that void. And the only way to do that is to learn. Find a way, find a resource, find a mentor, something. And you fill in those gaps you now are aware you have. And in so doing, you become a better person. There are a lot of people out there that need that kick in the ass, and they'll never get it. Most likely. Or it'll only happen late in life. Something like that. They'll realize they always wanted to do XYZ, and maybe they knew it. Maybe they were only aware of it on a subconscious level. Something like that. And as a result, if you could give someone that, while they would hate you at first, they might actually come to thank you later. But who really knows? That won't work on everyone. The kidnap them and force them to learn thing. That won't work on everyone. Don't think it will. But that I argue most people would actually like to know more about the world. But they're scared. Or they're haughty. Or they're something. Too busy, maybe. Just depends. Willful ignorance disgusts you? Yeah. I understand. But like willful ignorance isn't... That's a human trait that exists for a reason. It's not a good one, don't get me wrong. It probably should be fought back against as much as you can. But that willful ignorance comes from a place that is altogether too familiar. Anti-ignorance death squad. No, I don't want to anti-ignorance death squad anyone. That's silly. But giving people a chance isn't a bad idea. Provided they'll, actually take it. Hey, Princess Molly 69. Holy shit, it's been a minute since I saw you. You gotta go, Arabella. Take care, man. Thanks for coming out. Funny to see that in real life an anarchy server achieved order. It's actually not even slightly funny, Vexen. You know why? Because that's how natural things work. The natural order started as chaos. Chaos existed prior to the universe. And what happened? The universe naturally emerged. Order naturally emerged from chaos. Why? Because while chaos may be eternal, it may be the primordial state of all existence, chaos always inevitably gives rise to order. That's always how it is. That's how it's always been and will always be. No matter who, what, why, when, where, it'll always be that way. So when you have a server like 2B2T, and it is a chaotic mess, inevitably, people will slowly band together, make a civilization for themselves. They'll make a base. They'll make a grouping, an alliance, something like that. They will inevitably make order. That is as much human nature as sleeping, eating, and breathing. The aforementioned activities for everybody. Order naturally emerges from chaos. That is just one of the supreme truths of the universe. Why does it always emerge from chaos? I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far. I just know that it does. It's cool. We wouldn't exist if it doesn't. Or if it didn't. But it's how it is. Ah, shit. I don't have enough. Well, that's probably fine. It's quite sad of how many of people's lives are like that, not having those things. Yes, exactly. I feel bad for those people, Princess Molly, but there's not much you can really do. There's always going to be gaps and power disparity, wealth disparity, status disparity, health disparity, all of that. There's always going to be those things. Entropy may make things spread out and may make energy try to equalize. And remember, E equals MC squared. So matter and energy are the same thing. Entropy may try to guide all of existence to make it all even out. But that in the act of evening out, there will always be, you know, pockets of high and pockets of low concentration. That disparity. There will always be that disparity. That will always exist. That too is a facet of the universe. But in a lot of weird ways, that disparity is what gives rise to the world as we know it. If it weren't for the fact that there was a ball of fire burning several million miles away from us right now, which is a gigantic matter and energy concentration, unlike anywhere else in the solar system, if that didn't exist, life on Earth wouldn't be possible. If our grandparent star hadn't died after having its energies become, you know, unequal rather, and its balance overburdened, and died a fiery death, we wouldn't have the 9 planets. Or, well, the 8 planets and the dwarf planets. I don't know, Snow White and the 7 dwarf planets. I don't know. Whatever you want to fucking call them. But we wouldn't have the solar system if our grandparent star hadn't succumbed. And likewise, so many other things that we take for granted, like your ability to live. Like, that's a facet of energy inequality. You take in energy from the environment and keep ticking. That's just the natural order of things. And a lot of the people who don't like that, there is this, I saw a video on this many months ago, and it's never left my head. Because it's true. It's just a sad truth of how some people function. At the core of a lot of this wokeness exists something called anger over the crime of being. A lot of people, especially the TikTok yellers, you know how there's this trend of people who will make videos of themselves ranting about some topic, and they're in their car, and they're just yelling their heads off. A lot of these people cite something interesting. They cite how difficult and unforgiving and awful living is. And they're not wrong. Life is, you know, all of those things. But that the core idea is that they were born. They didn't ask to be born. Many of them don't want to be born. Many of them don't want to be alive. And as a result of having been born against their will, they now must live because they're too cowardly to not live. Not that I advocate for that, just that if you're that upset about it, do something. Otherwise, shut up. The ultimate point being, these people don't like the fact that you must struggle. They don't like the fact that, as I said, entropy may make all matter and energy even out, but that in its evening out state, there are concentrations of high and concentrations of low. There is that inequity between things. And that causes hardship. Well, you either learn to accept that and move on with your life, you live, or you don't. And you get upset and you charge life with the crime of birthing you. And a lot of this woke ideology is centered in the anger for the crime of being. They don't want to have to struggle. They don't want to have to eat food or make money to get food or to have a roof over their heads. They don't want to struggle to improve themselves or to achieve some end. They don't want to have stresses and problems of physical or mental qualities. They don't want those things to assault them. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to fail. They don't want to, insert thing here. They are upset at having to exist. And by and large, they can't come to terms with that. We're at the hospital. Get out of the car now. Life is a rebellion against death, which is the normal state of the universe. The chaos in our bodies is a revolution against the stagnant order of the universe. No, the order of the universe is not stagnant. It's quite the opposite. We are the stagnant ones. Sort of. Remember, I said chaos is the natural state of all things. Well, chaos is by nature not stagnant. Chaos is a state of all possible states and no possible states simultaneously. Order is the antithesis of chaos. Order is existing in one specific state at one time, and only that state, and not existing in any other means or any other way. And as such, order is the stagnance. But even order isn't really stagnant because order is also transient, because all things return to chaos. All things must end. That's how causality works. I've said entropy moves energy and matter around. Well, what's that look like at the end of the universe? Well, you have an infinitely large universe as a result of spatial expansion with an infinite distribution of matter and energy, perfectly homogeneous in all directions. Oh, and all complex matter has now fully decayed into nothing. Or, well, not nothing, but like a thin energy soup in all directions that's only like a few millionths of a degree higher than absolute zero. The heat death of the universe. That is where everything is ending. That's where everything's going. That is the chaos of the primordial universe. And then hopefully, a new universe will slip into place and start over. And order will once again emerge from chaos, which is a state of nothingness. And by the way, that state of the universe I described, where it's infinitely large, an infinite amount of time has passed, and matter and energy are perfectly homogeneous in all directions, and there's no complex matter. That will eventually sublimate into a state of all possible states and no possible states simultaneously. And when that happens, the universe will start over again. Hopefully. That's still a working theory, but that's the idea. And the dance will begin anew. So, the crime of being, is it a crime? No. It's an ordeal. It's a struggle. It's not easy. But I argue that taking it on, facing it, challenging it head on, accepting it, rolling with the punches, is the right way to do it. It's the right way to approach the challenge. The right way to live is to accept that you must live and do what you must. Think about how many poor people existed in the distance, it exists. Fuck. Think about all the people who are poor and who were poor. Why have they not given up on life? Many of them do anything to live. Because even they, in their destitute state, can accept that they must live, that is the right way to approach it. Even they can do that. People who have next to nothing may have never known anything. Do they give up? No. I would argue that if you give up, well, you're kind of an insult to everybody who came before you, who didn't give up despite whatever hardships they faced, but you who wish to be nothingness because existing is hard. You are an affront to those who came before you. Giving up is an act of cowardice. It's the ultimate act of cowardice, because you are making a mockery of those who, despite the hardships of their lives, did not give up. And through their efforts, you could be here today. And that's ultimately why woke ideology and all these people who are so angry, because notice how they're all angry. Not a single damn one of these people is happy. They're angry at the crime of being, and that anger seeps into everything, the whole fiber of their being. Notice how nothing they do is worth anything. The right way to accept it, the right way to choose life, is to face the challenge head on. Live despite the trouble, and enjoy what you can. And that's it. You either will or you won't. And so that's what I'm doing. That's why I do shit like play 2B2T. When I did, obviously. That's why I enjoy Minecraft. I don't consider time I've spent on this game to be wasted. Because you gotta use your time somehow. And you may as well enjoy yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't enjoy yourself to the negligence of all things around you, of course. But, learn to live. Funny, you're alive, and yet the hardest thing to learn is how to live enjoyably. How to enjoy your life. Mashallah, Habibi. Thank you. Thank you, Cauliflower Power. I'm thinking more so as the goal of chemistry and physics is equilibrium. Our bodies are fighting against equilibrium. Life exists because of unstable chemistry. Kind of, but it's not equilibrium, it's entropy. Entropy is that equilibrium, but it's equilibrium without complexity. Perfect distribution of matter and energy. Gabe Newell and Notch swapped games, so now Notch is working on Half-Life 3 while Gabe Newell is working on Zero... What? Is that real? Lynx. What? Put up or shut up. Give me proof of that. Holy shit, that has to be real. Please let that be real. Give me more of that. Don't be lying to me, Lynx, please. Yeah, too many people just exist. Well, that's the thing. You can exist fine. Not just so based he'd make Gordon racist. Damn. It's not real, it's a joke, yeah. Yeah. You got my hopes up, but I knew I had to call bullshit. I knew I had to ask for a source. I knew I was like, no, that can't be real, no. Because there's no way. There's just no way. I would love for that to have happened, though. That would be so fucking awesome. That would probably, ironically, get Notch out of his funk, and he might start making stuff again. Poor guy. Reminds you of Tobey Maguire's meltdown with the paparazzi. I think that was because the paparazzi really, bothered him. To be fair, that's what they do. Nope. Oh, fuck. I'm almost stoned. Almost stoned. And by that, I mean I almost have enough stone. What? Don't look at me like that has some alternative meaning. It doesn't. Stone. Stoned. To obtain stone. Don't you judge me with your disapproving eyes. Okay, I'm gonna take... I kind of want to go down and dig up more, but, I feel like I have enough to make up what I need here. It's just a matter of cooking it all properly. I guess I'm just gonna have to let it go its course. Yeah, I know, frowny face operator. I feel bad too. Oh, well. I miss Notch. Yeah, I miss him as well. Sadly, I think he was just sort of thrown out of his own thing. God was tossed out of his own temple. That kind of thing. It really didn't do any good for him. I wonder if Notch could do it all over again. what he would do differently and how he'd do it differently. I'm very curious. Ah, well. Can't know for sure, I suppose. He knew what he was doing with the villagers. Not really. I feel like the villagers were just kind of not terribly well implemented for a long, long time. And it took several overhauls to get villagers to be good. And by that I mean, like, I don't really like them being so overpowered, but that you definitely are rewarded for making use of them. And that took a while. Like, until 1.8, basically. And by that time, villagers had been out for years. What, like almost 4 years by that point, or something crazy. So, I don't know. No, he knew what he was doing. Oh, he knew. Imagine it would be two different Mojang would be bald. Oh. I don't think the Deep Dark update was needed. Feels like a mod, but if Minecraft got an end update, the game would be realistically perfect. Yes, they need to do a giant update for the end, and they need to do a really big quality of life overhaul for both rendering, various background processes, things of that nature. They really, really, really need to give this game a big facelift for, you know, the quality of life reasons I mentioned. And then also giving, you know, the end a good nether update level of love. That's definitely needed. I think the overworld has had enough for a while. I don't know, we'll see. Deep Dark update was alright. It wasn't great, but it was alright. I'm not going to sit here and say the Deep Dark, what was it? Caves in... Or no, it was, what was that? It wasn't the Deep Dark update. What was that called? Whatever 1.19 was called. Caves and Cliffs Part 3 or some shit. Even though it really wasn't. It was, it doesn't really matter. I've already... See, that's the worst part. Like, I can remember the Caves and Cliffs update, the subtitle for it, because it was disappointing. I can remember the Nether update because it was obviously very, very, enthralling. I can remember 1.15 and 1.14 and 1.13. But 1.20 or 1.19 was just kind of like meh. A little bit forgettable. The mild update. Yeah, there was the wild update. That was it. And that's the thing. Like, it was just sort of meh. And then the Trails and Tales update with 1.20. Like, I'm going to fucking forget that. That is garbage. That is such milquetoast bullshit. Like, who cares? Armor trim is the only thing that update's going to be remembered for, and it's not even that great in and of itself. Like, it's just okay. It's fun, but it's going to lose... Like, it's getting a new action figure as a kid, and then kind of just sort of getting bored with it after 10 minutes. That's what's going to happen with this. Because there's no meat in this update. It's all just camels, bamboo, armor trim. Okay, see you guys in 7 months. Like, fuck. Every time I think of the sniffer, I become violently aggravated. Damn. Sniffer isn't that bad. It could be better. It's just being implemented as lackluster as everything else. The sniffer could be really good, but much like the Phantom, it's a victim of the mob vote, and it's a victim of Mojang's implementation. So, you know how that's gonna go. The Trail of Tears update, yeah, I know, I love that. I fucking love making fun of that. Because, like, again, this update is such milquetoast bullshit. You gotta make it spicy to be of any real interest. Like, trails? Whose tails? What trails? Like, what? What does that even fucking mean? Archaeology? Who cares? Pretty pots, oh no, oh, wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, that required an entire mechanic. Like, fucking hell. How much stone we got in these? Okay, yeah, we got enough stone in all this. I should have started cooking all this stuff. Oh, shit. Sooner. Damn it, go in there. If we don't get a cowboy hat and a 6-shooter in the Trails and Tales update, I'll be greatly disappointed. Yeah, exactly. But no, those things are controversial. There's no way in hell we would get any of that, Copperator. I'm honestly sure that any real meaningful features from this point on are going to be a complete and total accident on Mojang's part. I'm convinced that at this point especially, they are not aware of how to make anything interesting in Minecraft. Okay. 6. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I could understand if they made Trails and Tales something of like a long narrative. Although Minecraft does not need a narrative, don't get me wrong. But like if they'd implemented something like that, maybe. But even then... Oh, you can make up your own stories! Yay. Boy, that was what I wanted to do when I played Minecraft. Make my own stories. Like, who cares? Who the fuck cares? I'd have preferred it include some sort of like really interesting mechanic that's just not like you sweeping a block to get fragments of pottery. That's silly. Not gonna lie, everyone asking for archaeology was annoying. It was such a dumb feature from conception. Exactly, like it didn't belong. Archaeology just does not belong. Not even, I think that there are too many blocks being added with weird ways of obtaining them for no reason. They need to add blocks that seem to fit in with the game and follow the rules like previous blocks, yes. It's just lazy manufactured reasons to add a new mechanic. Like, yeah, you're not wrong. Make your own cringy story, yeah, I know, right? I want green wood so I can have green trapdoors for your plane. That's a very selfish reason, but I get it. At least that's a good concrete reason. There's not really any sort of abstract bullshittery with this. You just want a block that will fit the mold you need it to fit. And you know what would be really smart? You know what would be fucking amazing? Like, brilliant 10 out of 10 would add wonders and leagues of longevity to this game. You know what would be awesome? If they added paint. You can paint wood. So you'd have your green trapdoor. You'd have your green planks. You'd have your hideous Barbie pink wooden doors and all that shit. But you could make them blood red, or white, or green, or brown, or black, or whatever other colors come to mind. Add the ability to paint on both canvas and wood. You make, you grow the stupid ancient seeds from the sniffer, and then you gather up enough of these bullshit seeds and grind it up into linseed oil, and then you add your pigment, and bam, you have paint. And now you can paint stuff. Wood, predominantly. I guess maybe only wood, I don't know. Maybe there wouldn't be a need to give it any sort of limitation. Honestly, no, fuck limitations. You can paint any block, and it just adds a color overlay. And it uses the same color system as leather armor. So you have millions of colors to choose from. That would add longevity to this game unlike anything else. Sideways stairs and slabs would be another really good way to do it, but Mojang has already committed themselves to being cringe. So, apart from saying it just to say it, I know it's not going to happen. But at the very least, painting blocks. That would be awesome. And I know that something like that probably will not happen. Because as I said, Mojang is dedicated to being cringe. They are not going to add any more, potentially, because see, here's the thing with paint, you could paint stuff. You could make offensive shit. And so, of course, they're not going to let you do that. Anything, even remotely like that, would be considered, oh, God, that's too rough for the internet. God, no. So, yeah, obviously, that's going to be a problem. So that's predominantly why we'd never get it. But, you know, why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why? Why not, you stupid bastard? Yeah. To be fair, in that moment, though, Patrick Bateman was having a psychotic episode. He imagined himself killing Paul Allen. He didn't actually. And Paul Allen was still very much alive. And so it was like, you couldn't have killed him, man. We literally just saw him alive. Like, no. Patrick Bateman, while he did kill some people, he didn't kill all the people he killed, apparently. Something like that. Mojang only likes corporate fun. Yes, exactly. They also said you can paint wool and sand and terracotta. I mean, that would be fucking amazing. But sadly, I can already make funny German symbols with the cherry blossoms since they work like candles or turtle eggs. But make lines with them. Yes, exactly. Like, you can already do bad shit. What are they going to do? Patch that out of the game too? Somehow? I mean, I guess in a way they retroactively patched signs and books. So I don't know. I hope this obsession with censorship that we've shown culturally, I hope this is just a stint. You know, a phase. That we flirt with it romantically for a while and then we get over it. We go on and do something else. We don't end up becoming a totalitarian society. But who knows? Yeah, you can already make offensive stuff with blocks. You're exactly right. You can make offensive anything through colored blocks, so I guess 1.21. Yeah, I mean, pointless, meaningless gray sludge would very much be what Minecraft would end up devolving to at some point. Huh. I'm begging for an enchantment update, please, like telekinesis where blocks warp into the inventory upon breaking. And the revive, which keeps 10% of items in inventory per armor piece on death. Damn, that would be awesome. In 1.21, they'll also give wives so Endermen can sleep with them. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Brad Pittville, this is a very offensive base. Yes, it is. Or was. I don't know if it's still around. I think it got moved somewhere, but like, I don't know. Supposedly, Brad Pittville was made through region file manipulation and not world edit. So, like, yikes. That does at least imply there's some level of interference on the server. Another reason why I'm glad I don't play there. Oh my god, we're so close. I'm almost done. Oh, I can taste it. Gotta keep pushing. Fireflies were cringe? No, fireflies would have been great. It was cringe how they removed them. They added so much atmosphere to the game. And that's something that a lot of updates recently have lacked. Except 1.16. 1.16 was very atmospheric, but maybe 1.19 kind of with the ancient city, but like even that's a little... I don't know. It's hard to like compare overhauling an entire dimension versus just adding small stuff here or there. So I don't know. But we desperately need an end update. That really, really, really needs to happen. Give us Half-Life Black Mesa level of end update. Something that looks like that. That shit would be so based. But sadly, I don't think that's going to happen. Can't hurt sharks. Do you often remember your viewers, or is it kind of a blur? No, I often remember them. You'll be a blur for a while unless you stick around. If you stick around for like 3 to 4 months and you make me notice your name, you'll be fine. I probably will not forget you. Like, just this stream alone, Princess Molly 69 came back after a long, I don't know, several months stint of not being here. And I remember him just fine. So yeah, just make yourself known to me, interact with me. I'll probably remember you. But you have to, like, be consistent. Stick around and I'll make sure to remember you. But if you donate once and then vanish into the ether, like, for 5 months and then come back and be like, Jack, why don't you remember me? Well, it's because I'm an adult. I'm busy. My memory isn't what it used to be. And I don't have a reason to remember one person just because they donated one time. Donations are always a symbol of thanks and gratitude to the person you're donating to. It is not carte blanche to know them or to own them. I just wanted to say that, not because anybody... Well, one person did do that, but that wasn't you. But yeah, like, I try to remember people. I want to. Just know that it's not always possible for me. But again, if you stick around, that won't be a problem. So yeah, like, that's a mindset some people have, is that if they donate, they now suddenly have a monopoly on my time or effort or attention or some such like that. I don't submit to that, no. We as humans caused frogs to get poisoned by fireflies. Yeah, that's very stupid on their part. Working on a mod that adds unique food drop for dolphins, horses, and polar bears and pandas. Well, okay, I guess that's cool. Wait a minute, when did that hole get blown down there? What the fuck? When did a hole get broken in this? I don't remember this. Or wait, maybe that was from another stream a while ago. Yeah, okay. I do kind of remember it now. Damn, it's been a while since that hole blew up, I think. I just suddenly realized I want to move these boxes down there. Oh, we got plenty. Okay, I got lots of light gray glazed terracotta for later. Some calcite left over. That's good. My calcite struggles have pretty well ended for the time being. Never gonna make another wall of solid calcite ever again. That was such a mistake. Such a headache. This was just scaffolding material. I don't think I need that for right now. Well, I'll have plenty of smooth stone for later, I think. Oh, gray concrete. That's unique. I want to keep that. Okay. Sorry if I'm not talking too much right now. I'm actually kind of winded. Horse farm? Nah, I don't need a horse farm. Hey, Universe, welcome back. Shit. Shit. There we go. Keep overshooting my destination. Welcome to your second work break, Universe. I'm almost done with this wall. I'm gonna need more stone, though. We also caused wolves to hunt down sheep. Yeah, but they do that IRL, though. That's not special. That's really just law of the jungle stuff. But then again, there are people out there who are too pusillanimous for the likes of Bambi being consumed by the wild mountain lion. And well, those people live very sad lives. Bambi is killed by man. Well, actually, it was Bambi's mother, but still. You can imagine glue being useful. Yes, glue being useful would be really nice. Isolager should have won, yeah. I wonder how that would have ended up. What kind of mob that would have been. When you wouldn't have any drops, you just have emeralds and ice blocks. It's fine, I guess. Bro, Bambi spoilers? Oh no, for a spoiler for almost a 100-year-old movie? God, what a monster I am. Spoiling a movie that was made almost 100 years ago. Gosh, what an absolute Chad I must be for having seen a movie 100 years old. Nah, that'd suck, but that's what they do. Yeah, exactly. Like, there is an element of confronting life as it is. Shit sucks sometimes. That's just how it is. The final 3. Oh my god, we're gonna make it. Oh. It's gonna be completed. Then I can get some blackstone and line all of this. And this wall will be done. Finished. The entire diagonal wall, the first diagonal wall, will be totally done. Oh my god, F in the chat. This wall took so much damn time. So much effort and so many materials. Just... woof. Inshallah. Oh, what do you mean, inshallah? Like I'll finish it or not finish it? What's that supposed to imply in this instance? I really don't know. It makes me uncomfortable when I'm not sure the context. I'm only on the first layer of big music minecart system I'm building, and winded already. Oh yeah. Yeah, the key is to pace yourself. If you feel like it's gonna consume everything, all of your will to finish, we're done. And I have a ton of excess smooth stone, but that's fine. Oh, baby. Feels good to be finished. Oh, and it also looks like the lava's over, too. Well, that's fine. I want to make all this polished. I probably won't need every bit of this, but good enough. You know, it'll be good enough. Well, I guess that's fine. I'll err on the inside. Oh, fuck. Fuck nuggets. I hate misplacing. Okay, I've got to go back to this and fix it, which I think I only need 1 inventory space to do. Oh yeah, I forgot you can insta-mine calcite. That actually kind of made me, like, that mined far too quickly. Bye. Have a nice trip, Mr. Zombie. See you next fall. Wonder if that counts as a player kill? I think it does, right? So all the other zombies in the world will aggro on me or some shit. Get a finished shot. Yes, I will. Why you trapped the blue fairies? The LA got snugged up in there while I wasn't looking. And then I was placing the ice for the water stream to deliver the stone to all the hoppers. Oh, shit, fuck. Holy fucking shit, you got a punch bow. That sent me flying. Huh? Where'd he go? Whatever, he gone. Anyway, and so while I was making that water stream so that I could deliver the stone to the hoppers to, you know, cook, the moment that happened, it ended up being that there was an LA cat caught in between, and he just stayed there. So I said, fuck it. You can stay in there permanently. I probably will eventually let it go, but for now I don't care. Honestly, I don't know what they're called. They're called allays. A-L-L-A-Y. Ah, shit. Hate misplacing a block in a specific area. There, oh, there we go. Piss off. Oh my god, I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done. I can see the finish line. Shit, fuck. Finish line. Almost there. Almost done. Yes. Done. Oh, finally. This was such a pain in the ass part of the thing to do, but it worked out. Finally, it worked out. Well, that took fewer stacks than I was expecting. All right, let's get that final look at it all. And it only took an ungodly amount of stacks of stone. Okay. I'm happy about it. Ah. Get a finished shot, yeah. There's no point in the build limit being less than 1 to 2 kilometers, I know, right? I wish it was, but it's sadly not. Oh well, that's fine. We'll live. Let me expand my view to the fisheye lens. I love that you can see the little black line at the very top. It contrasts the white calcite walls and the light gray of the smooth stone. It does a good job. Now what I could do with this uppermost area here, let me position myself, oh, and get rid of the far lens was a mistake. I mean, I guess, but I was never going to go that far out. And it wasn't like they intended to fix it or change it. It just sort of happened that way. I love how imposing it feels. That's the point, cauliflower. Oh my god. This is meant to be a gigantic alien, otherworldly tower imposing upon the land around it. Which is why I got to get that hole finished, and then I got to round out the other sides. And that when I do, I can sort of slope it downward, and then I can lava cast down along the sides, and that'll make it seem more like it's an alien tower in the midst of some sort of a hellscape, I guess. I don't know. Like it has actively plundered the world around it. That kind of thing. But I love that it's already beginning to assume a sort of imposing atmosphere. Wow. Okay. So from this angle, I'll get a screeny here. I mean, that's how the actual Citadel from Half-Life 2 kind of was. It was this impossibly large, absurd tower that just reached up all the way into the clouds. And you couldn't see the top. You didn't know what was going on in there. It was a very mysterious location. It was alien and otherworldly. It was made by literal aliens who had invaded Earth. It was the final dungeon. It was where the bad guy of the story was holed up. And it was just an absolute nightmare of a place to try to fight against. And then later on, at after the end of Half-Life 2, in Half-Life 2 Episode 1, it blows up. And when it blows up, it's a literal, you know, like a nuclear reaction unlike any nuclear bomb has ever detonated. It was actually quite wild to see. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You fucker fuck. Goddamn bastard snuck up behind me with a sword. Fuck off. Goddamn zombies. I was too busy taking care of a skeleton with a heavy bow, and then BAM! Sword zombie. Those guys will get you. They do a lot of damage. Holy shit! Where are you fuckers coming from? Die. I should have my smite sword. Oh, you're coming from everywhere. No wonder. Yeah, see, I've hung out in the area so long, local difficulty's so high, they're gonna start spawning with items in hand. And armor. Jesus Christ, 3. 4. Fucking hell. 5? Are you serious? This isn't Plants vs. Zombies. Stop with the fucking undead. Jesus titty fucking Christ. Is it a lightning storm? Or was it a lightning storm? I didn't hear or see any thunder or lightning. So like it's suddenly dark enough for them to start spawning, I guess. Must have been for like a very brief window. Yeah, actually it must be a lightning storm. Whatever, I'm gonna sleep it off then. Ah, shit. Smallest Coruscant office building, I know. I blame the Mojang imposed build limit. Yeah, it'll let me sleep, so it's definitely a rainstorm or a thunderstorm. All bubble blowing babies will be beaten senselessly by every able-bodied patron in the bar. Cool. A horde. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. Okay, so this can go back in here for now. Let's... Wow. A lot of iron piled up out of nowhere. Okay, we're getting close to the amount of iron I need. I need to fill up all of these blocks, and that'll be good. And then with that, I can start working on the wall, the opposite side wall. Oh my god, these must be from all of the little fuckos, the zombies, zombie piglins. Actually, this is a good way to repair all my stuff, too. The XP from all these crappy golden swords. Wow, that's good XP. Guess I'm just gonna start dropping them all over there. I kind of want to cook them all to make them into gold nuggets, but like there's no point. Oh my god. I'm gonna repair all of my tools this way. Wow. A lot of XP from that one. I wonder, do zombie piglin swords end up with mending on them every now and then? Oh shit, I've fully repaired my pick from that. No, Mr. Olay, do not pick up these crappy golden swords. They're not worth your time. Oh, I never added in items to this hopper, did I? I never added a proper item filter into that one. So no wonder this is always just like sucked up shit. Oh dear, is this... Yep. Or no, it's not. It's not full. It's not completely full. Huh. I'll have to set up an item filter. Well, I don't know. This is just grabbing up random junk right now. Excess poppies, gold swords, raw chicken, feathers. That's all from the zombie picklin' farm. Excess honeycomb that doesn't need to be here. Why is this not being picked up by the appropriate thing? Okay, so there's none of that shit in here. Alright, well the items that pass through don't make it this far. That's good. Alright, how's my gold farm done? Kind of pathetic, really. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, now with this wall complete, I'm gonna have to start work on this one over here. Hoo boy. What a tiresome affair. So I'm basically gonna copy this wall over to here. Like up to this point. And then I don't know, I'll figure something out from there. Maybe make a staircase that goes up this way. We'll see. And then this wall copy will go that direction and meet up over there. Since you can come out onto this sort of veranda looking shape, and then there's the area that'll take you over this way. And it will snake you through here. Ow. And you'll be able to walk in and come through this doorway, and then come through this doorway, and then go down a straight shot, which will be a copy of this entire wall over here on this side. Right here. And then I've got to make, so since from this bottom part down to there will be a copy going this way, from this section upward where the actual wall starts, I've got to make that unique. I want to make it unique from this wall style entirely. I have no reason to make it an exact replica of the other side of that diagonal. So I'm going to build up a little navel-gazing platform here. Oh, hey, Squid Boy. Damn, look at the shading on my Minecraft. I know, William Foster. It's great, isn't it? It's amazing. Crappy golden swords? Yes, that's the point. They are indeed crappy. But they got a lot of XP on them for crappy golden swords. So I've considered using a schematic to like overlay a circle around all of this, and then marking out where that circle is, and then lowering everything down in that area to account for everything. I mean, I might still do that, but I also kind of like that this, I made this by hand. I didn't really make it like a perfect circle or anything, but I like how it's uneven. Because this tower is supposed to have sort of erupted out of the ground, almost grown out of it like a parasite or a fungus, parasitizing the world around it. And well, something like that would not make a clean whole. It would be jagged, it would be uneven, rough in places, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. But yeah, damn, you can see all the way down to the very, very, very bottom. I didn't realize how potato your PC was until you completely ran shaders of the potato. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, it's kind of bad when you realize your stuff can't do what you've seen other people be able to do. You gotta... Sometimes you just gotta shell out the money and make stuff happen. Also, I did not make this one block high enough. One block too low. I had a plank left over. I can't have that. It has to be plank length. Get it? Max Planck length. Anyway, so here's where the next wall will stand, and what its shape will be, I have no clue. I have not thought that far ahead, and I will just freehand that fucker and, well, worry about it later. Because who cares? Who cares? It's going to be good. Man, I really wish we could have like a kilometer wide or tall structure. Can you imagine? That would be so fucking cool. Oh, you just laughed. Ah, good. You need to build a new PC, Razor? Yeah, I understand. I feel you. I feel you. And then this side will be perfectly... This side's already decided. It'll be a perfect copy of the opposite side. The only reason for that is that this is going north-south, whereas these two walls and these two walls, when I get around to them, this wall segment, and this, because they're diagonal to complete the hexagon, they're not really going in a cardinal direction. They're just sort of going at an angle all their own, even though they will be complementary angles to one another. Ultimately, the idea is they're going to be, you know, it's all going to look good. They're going to have different styles and different things and all that jazz. Oh, it's going to be great. Run off a little Lenovo laptop, ain't need money, nothing fancy. I understand. But at some point, I got fed up with that life. I, too, was in that mindset, and I was like, yeah, this is fine, but... Eventually, you want more for yourself. And if you've had to go a really long time without, you know... Oh, great. Which hopper did that end up in, I wonder? But yeah, if you've had to go long enough without stuff... Oh, shit. That deployed it. It killed the water, no wonder. Well, I had no idea it would do that. I forgot these are dispensers, not hoppers. Or not droppers. Oh well. All right. Oh man. What a tiresome event. Talking and placing blocks requires a lot more of you than you think. But at any rate, folks, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. Oh wow, 3 hours, damn. Time really flies, doesn't it? Well, thank you all so much for coming out and giving me a moment of your time. I really appreciate it. Any love y'all are willing to give me, you know, throw a comment down below, subscribe, leave a like, all of that. I appreciate it all greatly. Please do so. Follow me on Discord and Twitter and TikTok and all that other junk. It's all linked down below as well. And a big thank you to OGD. I forget the exact numbers, but that's also in the description. OGD 4506, I think his name is. He designed all of the stream elements, so I greatly appreciate his expertise and effort. And other than that, I will catch you all tomorrow. Y'all take care. Tomorrow's the 200th episode of Building with Jack. Bye.